Alexandra Benedict, welcome to the Conversation Coffee Break.
Thank you so much for inviting me. You're amazing.
You are welcome. Right, before I even start asking you questions about your book, when did you actually start writing The Christmas Cracker Killer? I've seen it's a Christmas book.
Last autumn, so 2024, I wrote all of the riddles that go in the
Right.
Christmas crackers that the detective has to solve. So I like to get all the extra puzzles and bits that I put in my books done first, so I can then place the book around them. And I did a few scenes before Christmas, but I was also finishing my last adult book while writing a kids' crime book.
Oh my
So
God.
it's been all over the place
Yeah.
this year. But I really rarely write at Christmas.
This is what I was thinking, because on TV they're already I watched the Movies 24, which is basically the Hallmark channel over here, and they switched it to Christmas 24. I
Yes.
think end of September, and I'm like,
Whoa.
it's a little bit too yeah. I'm like, it's a little bit too early for me to be watching Christmas themed
Yeah.
TV movies. So I was wondering, when do you start writing?
I like to write a key scene in the Christmas period, sort of one
Yeah.
that feels really Christmassy. I really want some of the opening bits when it's the lovely Christmas side, the beautiful smells, the decorations, Christmas before the murder sets in. I quite like to write that at Christmas when everything's all twinkly. But actually, the majority of my Christmas books get written in deep winter when all the lights are
Yeah.
off. Although I don't take my Christmas decorations down until at least February the 6th, Groundhog Day, or sort of
You leave
pagan
it that
terms.
long?
Yeah. Because that's supposed to be when spring's coming. So you take down all the lights and the greenery, which is supposed to see you through winter, once the first signs of
Right.
spring come.
See, I just take after my dad, 12 days before and 12 days after. Then again, saying that, my dad would be taking them down at Boxing Day if he could get away with it. And we were like,
Mine
no.
too. Yes.
Right, no, I do 12 days after. Okay, let me ask you your questions. So, Alexandra, can you tell the listeners about your book, The Christmas Cracker Killer?
My main character is Edie O'Sullivan, and she was also in my last Christmas book, The Christmas Jigsaw Murders. She is now 82. She wears Vivienne Westwood, and her hair is very high and purple. And she is a crossword setter and very fierce and very witty and sharp, but very big-hearted. And she has won a competition along with her partner Riga onto a Christmas getaway on a Scottish island in a luxury hotel, beautiful hotel with high end. And it's a special opening season. It's Christmas. Nothing can go wrong.
Of course not.
So they're stuck on a remote island. And there's few things to do on a remote island other than drink whiskey, eat a lot of food, go for walks in the snow, and kill people.
As you do.
And people do get killed. And the clues to it are given in the Christmas crackers that have been made bespoke by a mysterious company. And inside those crackers are riddles, and the people there have to solve them to try and work out who the killer might be and what the victims have done to deserve their death.
This has got nothing to do with anything. You know, you're talking about bespoke Christmas crackers.
Yeah.
So it's just how my brain works. Have you ever bought, like, basically I'm asking, like, what's the most expensive Christmas cracker you've bought? Because I will just buy the cheap £5 boxes because I like the rubbish jokes and I want the magic fish, which I don't give you anymore.
Which features prominently in this book, by the way. I love them. The little fortune.
I love them,
yeah. I haven't ever bought really expensive ones. I think the most expensive was probably £20. And then I look at the Liberty ones or the
Yeah,
Mason
I look as
Harrods
well.
and go, oh, I do not know these riches. Maybe one day someone can bestow me a gold-plated Christmas cracker.
I think I think the most expensive box I bought, it was valued at £15, but I think I bought it Christmas Eve and they dropped it for like £2.99 in Waitrose, and I was like, I'll take that.
Now that is a good idea.
Yeah,
I
that's always a
sometimes I
trick.
really wait and play that game, and then one year there were no crackers anywhere, and so I made them. But you played that well.
I did. I played. I don't know. It's not usually like me because I'm normally buying it very early. But that year I left it late, and then I was like, oh, tuna. I will take those. Thank you very much. Okay, so Alexandra, what came to you first? Was it the character, a specific scene, the overall premise, or something completely different?
Well, I already had the character, but
Yeah.
I really like the idea that the innocuous Christmas cracker that forms part of all of the British Christmas anyway, could form part of the murderer's plan, and that inside there were not just bespoke gifts like you can get at these fancy places, but riddles that were written specifically for those, some of them quite naughty and some nice people who were there. So I like the idea that that was at the centre and that people had to
Yeah.
work out what they'd done.
Um, I think I only discovered like a few years ago that the UK is like one of the only countries that do Christmas crackers. No one else does it.
No. And when we were looking at rights things for this book, so
Yeah.
deals in different territories, there's going to be called lots of different things, not based in any way around crackers, because it's
Really?
just not a thing. Yeah, so it'll be. I think the one is Murder on an Island or the Scottish Island Killer or something like that, because crackers aren't a
It
thing
won't
in
mean
most of
anything.
the rest of the world. No.
They'll be
It's,
thinking
like my
food.
children's book that's coming out, The Merry Christmas Murders. Originally, I wanted to call it The Mince Pie Murders because, people are killed via mince pie. Um, but the rights team, at my publisher said, "This is our first book with, trying to take it out there for your kids, so we can't call it that. We need to call it something more generic that other countries will get." So you can still have your mince pies, but other countries might substitute something else for it. So it ended up the Merry Christmas Murders, which would cover everything.
Well, says what it does on the tin, innit? Well, it does what it says on
It
the
does.
tin.
Yes.
So you don't realise you just make a lot of assumptions, don't you? You just assume,
Yeah.
well, we have mince pies, everyone else must have mince pies.
Yeah.
We have Christmas crackers, everyone else must do Christmas crackers and tell the bad, like we loved doing the bad jokes at our house on Christmas Day. It's so I think it's fun. I love a bad
It's
Christmas
fun. It's
cracker joke.
brilliant.
It
I
is
love it.
fun.
Wearing the hats that split because my head's really big.
We always had a cousin, he's passed now, one of our older cousins. He always I don't know, we never knew how. His Christmas hat would stay on all night until he was leaving the house
No.
drunk to walk home, and he
Still
would
the
be
pat on.
leaving with still with the hat on. And
Wow.
we'd always be like, "Mr. Lewis, he's that hat. Like, how does he do it?" Every
His head
Christmas
was
about
made for
12.
hats.
It was made for a Christmas hat. All right, so Alexandra, which character surprised you the most whilst writing?
Um, without giving anything away,
Yeah.
the killer. Um, oh, now I've put myself in a corner because I can't actually say anything. But I will just
You
say
can
that
just
that
leave it at that.
character's actions and words surprised me a lot. Even though I knew who it was going to be, I
Yeah.
knew, everything. But still, they came alive in a way I wasn't expecting. Did I manage to not give
No,
anything
you've done
away?
well. No, you've
Okay.
done well. You haven't given anything away. Do you plan, like, for a book like this with the riddles and stuff, do you have
Yeah.
to plan intricately?
Yes. I always do now. I didn't for my first 2 books, but I do
Mm,
plan quite in a very controlled manner, but give myself enough room to play, um,
yeah.
and go off, particularly in characters, to see how their strange little quirks and things come through, because that's the fun for me, is going, oh, I didn't know you were like that. Ooh. It's like,
That is,
oh,
I always say to people when they ask if I plan, and I say, yeah, I plan, but
yeah,
I always call it a safety net. So I
yeah,
allow myself to
absolutely,
go off piece
yeah,
and do whatever. But if I write myself into a corner, I'm like,
yeah,
what was I supposed to do again? I can go
yeah,
back to it.
absolutely. And it's just there as a kind of coat hanger,
Yeah.
for the plot, and then I know where I'm going. I know where I need to get to, but I also know that some action scene will come up that I'd never expected, and I'm writing it while watching it in my head and going, "Ooh, that's fun."
I, I like it. I like what you're saying. Give myself room to play.
Yeah,
I think that's a nice way of
play.
looking at it. It takes the pressure off you as well. Like,
It
oh my God, I
does.
need to stick to this.
Yes. I'll just stop in that case, because that'll be a demand on me, and then I'll
Yeah,
go, "Nope, nope,
we don't.
mm-mm," and I'll just rebel against myself. So,
Yeah.
I have to be able to rebel against myself while also, giving myself a lot of room. Oh, it's hard working with yourself when you're a writer, isn't it?
Do you know what? Oh, it is. It's just like I'm just thinking now, like working on my own book. And I think yesterday I was just like arguing with myself and just I
Yeah.
was getting annoyed with myself. And it's like I got no one else to blame for the position I'm in other than
Yeah.
me. And I
Ugh.
think that's what this is what I was
There's no
getting a
head
bit
of HR to
I
go
don't
to.
have
It's you.
I don't have a manager to complain
Yeah,
to or say, well, it's
yeah.
your fault. It's like, well, you put yourself here, you told yourself you was gonna write this book. So
You can't
yeah.
delegate.
No, who am I gonna delegate to?
Yeah.
I had a moment, Alexandra. I had a moment.
Oh, no, what was your
Okay.
moment?
Yeah, that was it. I was just like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but like, what, why, what, for what
And
purpose?
how
Who
did
are
you
these
get out of that
people?
moment?
It's when I just had to write. Oh, actually, no, you know what it was? I was listening. I always have stuff on in the background, which is what
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
ask you later. But I always have stuff on in the background, and I put on Shonda Rhimes' interview on the Call Her
Ah,
Daddy, on the Call Her Daddy podcast, and I just had it on YouTube playing. And she was talking about writer's block, and she said she doesn't believe in writer's block, and she just said, look, simply there are days when you write, and there are just days when you don't have stuff to say, and that's
yeah.
fine. And I was like,
Oh,
you know what? It's actually true. I think
that is
we overthink it. You
yeah.
just don't have anything to say today, but tomorrow you will.
Yeah,
And I was like,
give yourself that
yeah,
time off.
yeah.
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk. Do something. That's what she said. She would do something. She may write, but she'll just write something completely different
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like exercise the creative muscle differently.
Yes.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, so yeah, that's how I got for it. It was Shonda Rhimes yesterday on YouTube.
Shonda sees us through once more.
She does. She does. Okay, so Alexandra, what's the most random fact you now know because of this book?
Oh, I know a lot about crackers that I didn't before. I think the largest one ever made is 60.1 meters long. That was made in a school in England at some point, and 4 meters wide. So you can get a lot in there.
I'm just wondering why.
Well, there's the question. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records, so that Y is
That's a
quite big
l
for some people.
It is. That's a
Um,
big cracker.
yeah, and then what? Do you climb inside it? Because that'd be fun,
That's
wouldn't
how
it?
you put the kids in it. I
Yeah,
don't know where
yeah,
that
all the
came
kids.
from.
It's actually big enough for all the kids, and then explode it. That doesn't work, does it? That's not
It
good.
doesn't work. I don't know where
No,
my brain went.
no. Um, yes. So that's one heck of a cracker. I also learned that I like the figure Krampus, kind of
Yes.
the naughty figure in
Yeah.
Germany and Austria and various and that I quite fancy him. That's what I learned.
Don't know why.
I have a thing for villains. In fact, I've got a little
Yeah.
picture. Krampus is here. Whoops, whoop. There he is.
And that's
Gruß vom Krampus. I mean, he's got
if
quite a
that
tongue on him.
I mean, he's got well, yeah, I mean, if that's what does it for you, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, each to
I
their
like
own.
horns.
You like This is a different sort of podcast.
Yeah, yeah. Me more than coffee.
the next question. Alexandra, was this book harder or easier to write than the last one, and why?
My last adult book was much harder. That was Little Red Death,
Yeah.
and that was kind of speculative thriller, and is metafiction basically with lots of different layers, and revolves around fairy tales, and it was extremely complicated to put together. And it came off in the end, but that was tricky. That was the nearest to going, I can't do this. I can't do it. Simon
Do you know when?
Schuster.
Do you know when you're proposing, like when
Yeah,
you're putting forward the
yeah,
outline to your editor, they're looking at you, or is the email coming back going, yeah, but where do we pull it?
yeah. I mean, luckily, um, Simon Schuster have been really good. My editor is Catherine Armstrong, and she loves
Yeah. Hi,
horror.
Catherine.
Yeah, she's brilliant. And things that are on the edge more.
Mm.
So when I signed up with them, it was for high concept that would be between literary and horror, and with
Okay.
crime in the middle, and that would come out sort of every few years.
Yeah.
Whereas the Christmas books, there'll be generally one a year. So the Christmas books just sort of keep on Christmasing on, and my weird ones can come out when and be put in. This is high concept, and so they're kind of these standalone things, and then it kind of goes in the I don't know pile. I don't know what to put that, but bookshops have been really good. Waterstones were good at sort of
I think readers and people and bookshops and stuff, I think they're more receptive to these books that fall within
yeah,
different genres than
yeah.
I'm saying publishers sometimes can
Yeah.
initially think.
Yeah,
I think
completely.
they can be the ones who want to gatekeep may not even necessarily be the right word, but
Yeah.
may necessarily want to gatekeep it. But I think the readership are much more open to these mixed genres because also as well,
Yeah.
you're exposed to it in so many different mediums anyway, whether you're listening to a podcast, or you're watching it on TV.
Oh, completely. And TV really helps in that there are quite a lot of that crossover between horror and crime and
Yeah.
sci-fi and science fantasy. And so I think and it does quite well in foreign rights sales as well. So they know that even if it doesn't sell hugely over here, it may get a TV deal, it may get foreign rights
Mhm.
sales. And so they're kind of spread betting, I think. But at least they're
Yeah.
doing that now. Whereas when I first started with my first novel, The Beauty of Murder, was time travel and crime. And it just went nowhere because at the time there was no cross genre at all really making an impact. Um, and now I'm really lucky that things have changed a bit.
Yeah. I think there's a dear, you got to thank streaming
Yeah,
services for that
absolutely.
because it exposes you to
Yeah,
so many different programs from different
yeah,
countries as
yeah,
well.
yeah. That's
And
true.
once the view numbers are going up, publishers are going to
Yeah,
be aware of it as well. So
yeah.
yeah. Okay. So without giving away any spoilers, did the book end the way you originally planned, or did it surprise you too?
It the very ending was exactly how I planned it to be, and I always write the ending before I write the beginning.
Oh, do
The
you?
yeah, the last I need the last line in place before I write the first. So with first and last line, I need to bookend the book, because they often reflect back on each other in some way.
Yeah.
So I'd written the last scene before I wrote the first one. So I that was all in place, but actually the climax did change. Um, and it's more exciting for it, luckily.
Mm.
But yeah, that sort of got added to, and as I was writing, sort of more things were happening. Um, and I love that downward motion towards the end of the book when it has
Yeah.
momentum and you're not, really having to force yourself into it. It's just galloping out of you, and more was happening and getting more and more exciting. So that was good because that wasn't planned. Not that it wasn't exciting before, but it was, it it kind of went more than I was expecting.
You kind of need. It feels like, I think when you're at that point,
Yeah.
and to me, it's that third act point, because I changed the way I write. Yeah, I changed the way I write now. Before, I'd write all my first draft. I'd write it all the way through from.
Yeah.
I'm very literal, so it will go from chapter 1, let's say, to chapter 50.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the way through to 10, and I'll do that for this first draft. Then I'll do the rewrite. But I think it happened because of pure time constraints I had. I was like, if I write it all the way through,
Yeah.
I'm not going to deliver on time. So I
Yeah.
stopped Act 2,
Yeah.
and then I went back and started doing the rewrite. So by the time I got to, but it works better for me, because by the time I've done that, when I'm
Yeah.
getting to the third act, I know exactly what I'm doing,
Yes.
what has to happen, how it needs to
Yeah.
end, even though I have the plan.
Yeah.
And then it's that galloping
Yeah.
motion. I just go right
Woohoo!
through. Yeah, literally, like training rules are off.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
We're on that toboggan and we're going down the hill.
We're going downhill.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, this is my extra question for you. Do you write in silence, or do you have something on in the background?
Generally, I always have something on in the background. My ADHD brain needs at least 25,000 things going on at once. Otherwise, it will get extremely bored and start rebelling. Whereas my autistic side likes a lot of silence and structure. So to try and balance that, I have music I know really well going on in the background. So there is something, but that I can also relax into it because I know exactly what it is.
It's not going to surprise you, like
Yes.
just a random Spotify playlist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where it suddenly stop and start doing something. So for the Christmas books, I often have quite kind of alternative folk around winter songs. So I had the Unthanks in winter soundtrack, but also the Krampus soundtrack, because you know how I love my boy
You
Krampus.
love your Krampus, you do.
And sometimes the Home Alone soundtrack.
Home Alone's fine. It's the Krampus one's just thrown me.
Is that not what people normally say on this?
No. But you know, what can we say? It's a Christmas book. It's you. Okay. Alexandra, did you ever hit the wall when writing this book, and how did you get past it?
I didn't have time to hit the wall.
No, you didn't. If you're writing in November and then for it to be ready to come out literally like a year later. Yeah.
Well, I also wrote another book in that time, my kids' book. Yeah.
How? Are you writing
I'm really tired, Nadine.
I'm not surprised.
Really
but are you
tired.
writing like 2 books? I'm saying 2, but you're writing 2 books simultaneously, or are you staggering it?
I'm generally writing at least 3 simultaneously.
Okay, 3.
Or there's another project as well. So I often write short stories as well, or scripts, or anything really, songs. So I kind of switch between different projects depending on what's shouting loudest, either by deadline or because I'm itching to go to it. So I'm actually working on about 8 different novels at once, and a non-fiction, 2 non-fiction, a lot. That's my brain kind of in action. And
but
then
you can
I
manage that.
No.
No. Okay.
No. I don't know how else to do it, and I still don't know how to do it. But then I come up with another idea and have to write a little bit of something to get that established and put it somewhere else. So, yeah. I don't know. I just do it.
Yeah, and sometimes there's no answer. You just do it. I don't work on. Okay, right now I'm doing 2 projects. I'm doing the book I'm contracted to do.
Yeah.
And I'm the one I keep calling it my secret project, even though everyone knows about it. And then I'm doing my secret project.
Oh, that's very cool, though.
Yeah, so I'm doing that at the same time. But then I have the thing where ideas pop into my head, and I don't want to be in a position where, you know, your contract finishes and they're asking, oh, do you have what you want to write next? And I'm like, well, now I'm hunting around for ideas. So now what I'm trying to, if something pops into my head, I open up a file
Yeah.
and I start throwing stuff
Yeah.
in it. But then sometimes, like, I got carried away with one. I was like, "Oh, I like this." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, no one's asking you for this. No one's paying you for this. You need to
Yes.
get on with the stuff
Yes.
you're being paid to do."
But also,
Yeah.
it feels like, the affair novel or the polyamory
Yeah,
situation.
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, because, it's like when you are flirting or something when in a long-term relationship, and that seems great. But you know that if you got into a relationship with that novel, you'd find out that its feet stank, and that it didn't know how to stack the dishwasher.
All my pet hate, they'd always leave the microwave door open. Don't
Oh,
don't do that. That I don't
yeah.
like that.
I do that. I leave doors
And
open. I leave cupboards
Alexandra,
open. I
we
don't think we
couldn't
should live together.
we couldn't live together. No. Okay. Did you ever hit the wall when writing this book, and how did you get past it?
I didn't, because I didn't have time.
You didn't have time to
Uh,
hit the wall.
no. So, I in fact, the opposite. I stayed up for 3 days straight to deliver the first draft, and went. The first
Mad.
time I properly hallucinated while walking around.
How quickly can you write a first draft? Because I reckon I can, if I have nothing to do,
Yeah,
like absolutely nothing to do, I
yeah.
reckon I can do a first draft in, I reckon I could do it in 6 to 8 weeks. If I have nothing else to do, I'm not even replying to emails.
Yeah, if there's no other projects, if, I didn't have a child and a husband and a house
Yeah,
and a
if there was
dog,
nothing.
nothing else, probably a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as I've planned it before,
Mm,
and then I could just go into the, complete zone,
yeah.
then I think a month to 6 weeks. Um, and only because I need really tight constraints, otherwise I'll either procrastinate or I'll have an affair with another book, or I'll start writing something else. So actually a
Mm,
really strict timescale for writing something works for me.
works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time, no, it wasn't my first book because I delivered, sorry, I delivered the book. So I was writing the second one in the series,
Yeah.
but I didn't have a deadline at the time.
Oh,
So I
no.
started writing it. Yeah, exactly. I got to about, it wasn't that long. I emailed my editor. I said, "You need to give me a deadline.
Yeah.
Even though you don't want it now."
Yeah.
I said, "Give me a deadline. Because if you don't give me a deadline, you
Yeah.
won't get it. It will
Absolutely.
just be something that'll just be floating along."
Yeah.
She's like, "Fine, you do it by Christmas." I was like, "Thank you."
There we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go. I think we just delivered it before Christmas, but I just
Because you
needed,
had that end
yeah, but if
point.
you don't give
Yeah.
me a deadline,
Yeah. And
I'll just float about.
I really feel for, people who want to be published and they, need to finish a book in order to
Mm,
then edit the book to then submit it. Because it's that bit, that first bit where you're just writing in the void, where then no one's giving you a deadline, no one wants your
yeah.
book because they don't know it's there yet. And it's really, really, really hard. If I hadn't done a creative writing course, I don't know if I'd ever have finished a book.
I was gonna
Ever.
say the same because when I look back at it, like the very first book I wrote, God, many,
What
many,
was
many
that?
moons ago. Oh, it's it's the book that every writer has and no one ever sees the light of
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
So it's, yeah, so that thing, I say that thing, that's
Yeah,
I wrote that for years and
yeah,
years and years and years.
yeah,
And then it was only when and then I was always doing little bits, but I'd never finish it. And it's only when I did NaNoWriMo and I completed it the first time.
yeah,
And because it was that strict, right, in
yeah,
30
yeah,
days, I wrote something and then I
yeah,
wrote it and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's actually something."
yeah.
And I worked in it and then I'd self-published it. And then when I did
Mm,
the creative writing masters, because I had to write a novel and
yeah,
someone's asking for, "We need
yeah,
20,000 words by this day, 20,000
yeah,
words by another day." I had no choice. You got to get a book done.
yeah,
And I don't think if it wasn't for those two things, I
yeah,
probably wouldn't. I don't think I probably would have written a
yeah.
book. Maybe
It's really,
not, or
really, really
at
hard.
least published it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I read that book on the masters because I was teaching on it, and it was brilliant.
Yes, you did.
I did, yeah.
You did. Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I
Mm.
do. No, but I do think you did. You said I needed that
Yeah.
structure.
Yeah, and when students, or I do mentoring and things still, and
Mm,
uh, I often just give deadlines just so people will do it, because I know that I wouldn't be
yeah,
able to do it.
yeah.
It's really hard.
It is. That is. I said the other
What a
day on
hard
this
job
one.
we do.
It is a hard job. I said the other day on one of these conversations. I was like, I don't know why we do it again. When you think about everything that you put yourself through,
Yeah,
and then something happens afterwards, because not everyone's story is great. Even when they finish
yeah,
the book and get the deal,
yeah,
it's still, I say, hardship
yeah,
along the way. But you still put yourself through it. You still
yeah,
sit down and be like, I'm
yeah.
gonna write another book.
I really like having written a book.
Yeah,
I love that feeling, but in order to get that feeling, I need to write it. So that's what
yeah.
I always
You
think.
can't
I
sit
I
on
really
it.
like it when this is done.
Mm,
There was a great line in, the, Dyslexia magazine,
yeah.
and I read years and years ago. I can't remember who wrote it, unfortunately, but there was an article by someone saying that writing was like sex. You might not want to get down to it, but you're really glad once you got into it that you're doing it, and then you're really glad when you've done it.
It's
And
just the
I didn't really want to question that writer any further on their life and their
but we
general way of
understood
going
your
about
analogy.
things. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's like you don't
Always
wanna
glad she's written.
I did actually have this conversation once. Like, you don't actually wanna think about the messy mechanics of it all.
Absolutely not. No. What goes where and how long it takes, how big it is gonna be.
You just wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
To put a warning on this one. When you upload it always asks you to explicit, and you're like, "No." You're like, "Well, it's gone it's gone where I did not plan it to go." Because
Sorry.
we're talking about Chris. It's fine. It's fine. It's life. We're human. Okay. Alexandra, what are you working on next?
I am working on the next Christmas mystery, which is The Advent of Death, which is out this time next year, and my next children's book, which is The Jingle Bell Murders, and my next high concept thriller, which is Dark Sky Park.
Oh, I like that title.
Mm.
Do you come up with your titles that the final
Yes.
one ends up on the book? And does it stay all the way through?
The only thing so far that hasn't is the children's book that
Yeah.
and they got the second title in the series, The Jingle Bell Murders, and again it was for rights reasons.
Mm,
But otherwise, I mean, titles mean a lot to me. They contain lots of layers of meaning usually.
yeah.
And I find it really hard to change it once I've got one, because it becomes the smell of the book, the whole world of the book.
Yeah.
And to change it really, I find that really hard.
You're changing the essence of it, aren't
Yeah,
you? You're
yeah, you
like,
go,
yeah.
"That's not its name."
Yeah, I have to name my books. I can't work on a manuscript that's just called book
Yeah,
4.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it has to be, I've tried that once. I was like, "No, no." I don't think I even got halfway through
yeah,
the first chapter. I'm like, "No, it
yeah,
needs to be called something." And I
yeah,
normally, by the time I've planned it, it has a name.
yeah.
But there's been times when I've called it something and halfway through the book, I'm like, "No, this is not the name for it. It
That's
it
not its
just
name.
doesn't." Yeah, it's not its name. It just
Yeah,
doesn't fit, and I
yeah,
might change it 3 times.
yeah,
And then when I get to the end, I'm like, "Okay, I kind of have an idea." And
yeah,
there's been times when I'm like, "I don't know what they're called." It's got a
yeah,
name, but I know it's not the right name, and then we've
yeah,
worked with my editor, and
yeah.
we've come up with something. I'm like, "Ah." Like my
Ooh,
new one, the Shadow Carver.
yeah,
What was it called? I don't think it had a name. I think I just called it Retribution because I just had to call it
mm,
something. I knew that was the
mm.
theme, so I called it
Yeah, yeah,
Retribution.
yeah,
But I knew it wasn't gonna be the title.
yeah.
And then we were brainstorming ideas, and my editor came up with the Flesh Carver, and I was like, "No, no, 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 no." I'm like, "That's too fleshy."
That's too
Didn't
fleshy.
write it. It was like, then I was like, about the shadow carver. And I'm
That's
like,
a great title.
yeah.
I
So we
love
went for
that.
shadow carver.
The shadow
But
carver.
the flesh carver, yeah, that feels. It's like you
That feels
can,
meaty, doesn't it? That's butchery.
yeah, you can create more of an
Yeah.
atmosphere, I think, with something like
Yes.
that than something that's really literally like
Yes.
flesh.
Well, the shadows conjure something sinister, and has got
Yeah,
the depths and the darkness that flesh.
it's just
Yeah, flesh is all
just a
pink
Saturday, just
and
a Saturday night horror
inside.
movie.
It's all inside.
Yeah. Okay. Alexandra, what message or feeling do you hope readers take away from the book?
I keep thinking of ham now. That's all I can think of. I didn't hear anything. All I could see was the inside of people. That's all I can see now. Let's go back to shadows. Shadows.
Shadow, Christmas,
Love
Christmas,
shadows.
jingle
Shadows.
bells, mince
Jingle
pies,
bells. Shadows. Lovely.
crackers.
Krampus. Tongues.
Like word
Um,
association. Right. We're
what
back
did
in
you
the
say?
room. I said, what message or feeling do you hope readers take away from the book?
Um, uh, a combination of satisfaction and questioning what justice is, and that they'd quite like to go to a Scottish island at Christmas, even though things can go very wrong.
I think people will, especially. I mean, Traitors is not set on an island. However, but I think people are watching Traitors. They're thinking, oh, they can visit it all.
I'd like to stay in that castle.
I was thinking that the other day because I was watching
Yeah.
Celebrity Traitors. I'm behind her, so I've only watched the first one.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind staying. I don't want to do the traitor bit because I'm not doing all the tasks.
Oh,
I haven't got time to run
I
up
couldn't
and
do
down.
it.
And
I trust everyone. Oh,
me,
right.
okay. I think that's what annoys me about myself. It's like the job I did.
Yeah.
And I will still cry, oh, they're not quite nice. And then I'm like, why? And I'm like, why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? Why am I always so open? Like I should.
That's good though. That's
I
exactly.
I know.
It's because you're great.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I think that's how humans should be. I like it.
It should actually. That is child. I'll take that. That is how humans should be.
Yeah.
It should be. Which is why, yeah, I don't. Would I be a good traitor? Would you be a good traitor?
No. I would. I'll get really sad because I'd have to, and I'm really, really bad at lying. I'd have to put on a kind of pretend it was an act and it's properly acting, and I'm sure that would show through because I just can't not. I can mask in that I can get through situations, but when you're with people for so long, and that's all you are in the traitors, you are just trying to deceive. That I could not do it.
I don't.
Could you?
No, I reckon I reckon I would find them. I reckon I would find the traitors.
I reckon you would too.
It's the thing. Even though I'm quite trusting, I can read people very well. So I reckon I would find the traitors. But then I think they would assume I was but I reckon they'd assume I was a traitor because they're like, oh, well, you're a lawyer, innit? So you know how.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I reckon.
And then you'd have to pretend that you weren't, and that's just difficult in itself.
You lied.
Yeah, exactly. I can't trust you anymore. But you would have thought I was a traitor.
I just want to be in a situation where someone says to me, "Yeah, but you breathed." Does that mean I'm a traitor?
Exactly. I heard you breathing. Well, good.
Alexandra,
would you rather I wasn't?
Would you rather I wasn't? I didn't sigh. There's always their reason behind it. It's always so ridiculous. You're like, what are you on? Because they breathed?
Yeah. And I know that you have to go on something because you have to say it, but come on.
And I breathing's a little bit.
Yeah. Or reacting too much or not at all.
No, not at all. You seem fine. Or you think, what was it last year? She got really upset. And he said, the guy, it was when they buried them alive.
Yeah,
and they
I'd love that.
No, not me.
Put me in a coffin and put the lid on.
No, I'll dig you up. Alexandra's have a sleep. But they done the task where they got buried alive. And then one of the contestants said to the guy, oh, like you wasn't yourself, like you wasn't talking and joking around like you
Yeah.
changed. And he said, I just got buried alive. That might change someone.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like,
Think
it's
about that for a
perfectly,
second.
yeah, think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Now that we've gone on our traitors tangent, let's come back. So finally,
Yeah.
Alexandra, to
Yeah.
end our coffee break, which book, film, show, or video game do you recommend?
Ooh. See, now I can only think of the traitors and ham. That's the only things that are now in my head.
Roaming in
Um,
your head.
yeah. What am I watching at the moment? I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine with my husband at night before we go to sleep, because we hadn't watched it before,
Yeah.
and that's delightful. So that we always watch something very kind of uh, wholesome at the end of the day.
Light. Yeah.
Yeah, after watching something very dark, or we're watching The Last of Us and a few other things as well.
Okay.
Just constantly, I'm never not watching something. I'm
Yeah.
watching Gen V at the moment. Is it V? I don't
Oh,
even know the
yeah, it's
title.
Gen V. Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? It's so I get annoyed with myself because I'm always the first one to start watching things like in
Yeah.
my family and friend groups.
Yeah.
So I'm watching The Boys,
Yeah.
and then all the way through, and then for some reason I still haven't watched the last season. I haven't watched the first season
Oh,
of Gen V, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
this is unfair.
Yeah.
I'm normally first, and everyone is ahead of me, so
Oh
I'm playing
no,
catch up.
that's not right.
No, it's not right. But I watched I watched for the lightness. I watched The Paper, which is
Oh
like
yeah, how is it?
it's so funny. It was
Okay.
so funny. I watched
Okay.
I binged that, and then I binged The Hack on
Oh yeah.
ITV
Yeah.
X. That was good. I enjoyed that.
I
Yeah,
love
those are
telly
my.
so much.
I like good. The thing is, there's so much
Yeah.
stuff. There is so much stuff on. So to narrow it down and say this is what I'm going to sit down and watch and pay
Yes.
attention to, and not get
Yeah.
distracted by the other shiny thing
Yeah. Oh,
in the
but there's always something
background.
shiny.
Yeah, shiny and bright and singing.
Yeah. I recently binge watched all of 24 Hours in Police Custody, which is a bit, my general crime like,
Say,
but I just watched it for pleasure while I was sewing.
I never used to watch it.
Yeah.
I was saying this to my cousin on Sunday. I never used to watch it because, as far as I'm concerned, it's work.
Yeah.
Because I
It is.
spent far too much. Yeah, it was. I spent
Yeah,
so much time in police stations. So I didn't need to be
of
sitting there
course.
on a month, whatever night it was. But
Yeah.
then, for the first time ever last week, I watched it, and it just caught me by chance. But
It's
they
really
did a
good.
two-parter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
But it was the two-parter. They followed this boy. I say boys, young man, 18, who basically shot his mum and his brother and sister
Yeah. I
in
remember that.
Luton.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just, normally I
Yeah.
don't watch it, but
Yeah.
it could, it wasn't just a police interview, the
No,
24 hours of
no.
police custody. There was more to it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
could
And it's
appreciate it
really, really good.
in that round. It was very good. It was
Yes.
very good.
Oh,
Right.
oh, one day we need to talk
Yeah,
Crystal
go on.
Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah. I've been a fan since I was very small because it's my family
Oh,
team.
Alexandra, I can't even speak right now. You know what? We need to let Will Schindler know, because at the
Mhm.
moment that means there's three writers who
Yeah.
are Crystal Palace supporters. So it's me, you, and Will Schindler.
Yeah.
Aren't you
Big time.
happy?
Oh, the last time that I saw them win was the Zenith Data Systems Cup in the 90s when I was at Wembley watching.
Always go on about the Intertoto Cup because I'm like,
Yeah,
I know we were in it,
yeah.
but it's such a glorious moment. I don't care that we lost to Everton last week. I'm like, I
It's not the
don't
point.
care. It's
No.
not. We have two trophies. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
silverware.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, people listening right now is like, I thought we were talking about books. We were, but
Sorry.
no one
Yeah,
you don't understand unless you're Crystal Palace supporter. When you
yeah,
find another one,
yeah.
the bond is
In the
there.
wild.
On my road. I didn't know because I'm in Southeast London, but I have
Yeah,
Millwall on my right. I have Charlton on
of
my
course.
left. Put it that way.
Okay.
So I'm not really expecting to see another
No,
Crystal Palace supporter anywhere.
no.
And then
Yeah,
one day I was walking down my road, and then I saw this guy, and I've always, I know him, but for some reason we never spoke football. See him get in his car. He's got a Crystal Palace sign in his car window. And I said to him, not, you saw this? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, me too. And then we're like, Eagles. I'm going to message Wilson. I'm going to say, I need to let you know. Alexandra Benedict. She's one of us. We might have to do a Crystal Palace special. Oh, that might be an idea.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'll see if he's up for it. Me, you,
yeah. I'd love that.
Yeah. We'll do a live or something. That'll be fun.
Oh.
Listeners are like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happened. I thought we were talking about Christmas cracker killer.
Yeah.
But it's Crystal Palace and Eagles bond us, South London and proud. What can we say?
South London and proud.
We're going to end it right there. Alexandra Benedict. Thank you so much for joining me for the conversation coffee break. I'm just going to end recording. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this conversation podcast. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. And if you'd like to catch up on more conversations, you'll find them linked on your screen now. And you can also listen to the podcast on your favourite platform. See you there. Bye.